Softball World Series is presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. Every season starts at Dick's. Well, for the second time today, North Carolina is slapping the bracket. They won 2 games today to stay alive in the winner's portion of this double elimination bracket, and we'll see them again on Thursday. One more game tonight here in Greenville, North Carolina. Kentucky has already 1 win under their belt, and this team from Owensboro, Kentucky, it's the 2nd year of existence for the Davies Little League, and here they are at the World Series. Let's meet the team.
I'm Avery O'Brien, and my favorite holiday is Christmas.
Hi, my name is Finley Biven, and my favorite athlete is Rob Dillingham.
My name is Brinley Bishop, and my special talent is jump roping.
My name's Haley Warren, and my favorite book is Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
I'm Jenna Ball, and my dream job is to be a marine biologist.
Hi, my name's Avery Emick, and my favorite candy is Airhead Extremes.
My name is Presley Roberts, and my favorite athlete is LeBron James.
Hi, my name's Michaela Knight, and my favorite sports team is the Savannah Bananas.
My name's Hunter Sparks, and my favorite food is chicken.
Hi, my name is Evelyn Chelstrom, and my favorite animal is a tiger.
My name is Paisley Edge, and my favorite celebrity is Sylvester Stallone.
That is the team from Owensboro, Kentucky, representing the Central League, and their batting order runs 1 through 11. Every player on the roster is in the batting order in Little League, and Hunter Sparks is right at the top. She is a really tough leadoff who went 2 for 2 yesterday against California. And in the circle for Connecticut, it'll be their ace and Ava LaFlurgy. Michelle?
Yeah, LaFlurgy was so good at the regionals in Bristol, Connecticut. Just really controlled the zone. 2-0 in that tournament, and ERA just a skosh over 1. You can see the 7 walks, the 31 strikeouts. She is a strikeout pitcher because she's got a good curveball, a 2-seam fastball that she can really locate on the corners, and a changeup.
For Kentucky, this will be their 2nd game of the World Series. It's the first one for Connecticut as they got the bye yesterday. And it was a long wait to play today. Almost 9 o'clock here in Greenville, North Carolina. And the first pitch slipping away from LaFlurgy.
Yeah, and it looks like it's a brand new softball that, of course, she gets to pitch with. So she, accidentally dropped that one in the dirt to scuff it up a little bit so it's easier to get a grip on.
Hunter Sparks coming out looking for something to hit, and coming over is the shortstop, Lucy Bastians. How about that second pitch? You're tested. Defense ready to go.
And it's easy to get turned around at a ball that is that high in the sky. Oh, she's even helping her rough up that ball a little bit. It's good teamwork right there. You make the out and help your pitcher just get a better grip on the softball.
That's right.
And here's Avery O'Brien, the second baseman for Kentucky. It's a Kentucky team that came out super aggressive with the bats last night. They were swinging way early in the count, Michelle.
Now, already doing that here in first couple of batters of this game. I think there's something to be said for being aggressive. Right? We know most all pitchers try to work from ahead.
And Kentucky put up 11 runs yesterday in that win over California. They run-rolled them 11-1 through 4 innings, scored the 7 runs in the bottom of the first after California jumped out to a 1-0 lead. Avery O'Brien, hard hit ball to Bastians. Good effort to lay out for it and keep it from going into the outfield, but O'Brien is on.
Well, the thing about them being so aggressive in yesterday's game is Bastians wants to get some dirt out of her pants after diving for that ball. But the thing about Kentucky being so aggressive is that they were aggressive on good pitches to hit. They weren't overly aggressive in chasing out of the zone. And again, we're already seeing that here to start this game, not chasing out of the zone.
And this was one of their best hitters in Presley Roberts. What did you like about her swing, Michelle?
Just smooth, everything about her, extension, right? Being able to get into the ball. And look at the difference. In regionals, not so much here. Bashan.
Making good contact out to center field to Lucy Callett. Two down.
First baseman, 21, Beasley.
You know, Connecticut was watching that game yesterday for Kentucky and seeing how aggressive these bats were. Paisley edge. Hard hit ball down the line. Still rolling back to the wall. Kentucky's going to send a runner home. And the kids from the Commonwealth have the lead.
Michelle, they are so aggressive. A first pitch, hard hit ball down the line and a first pitch RBI for Edge that just crushes this ball past the third baseman.
Yeah, there was no hesitation. She got around that ball and barreled it up really quickly. And with 2 outs, you know that you're going to be sending a running O'Brien, scoring all the way from first.
This one right back to LaFergie in the circle. But an RBI double puts Kentucky on the board and in the lead. Bottom of the first inning coming up. Girls Softball Little League is here at the World Series representing Connecticut. It's time to meet the team.
Hi, my name is Lucy Bastians, and my favorite celebrity is Paige Beckers.
My name is Lucy Callett, and my favorite emoji is unicorn.
Hi, my name is Juliana Pavlak, and my favorite hobby is writing.
My name is Ellie Tisha, and my favorite candy is Swedish Fish.
My name's Ava LaFergie, and my favorite artist is Olivia Rodrigo.
My name is Mary Thompson, and my favorite hobby is to do puzzles.
My name is McKinley Whitlock, and my favorite softball player is Taylor Shoemaker.
My name is Dakota Green, and my favorite game is Roblox.
Hi, my name is Avery Collins, and my favorite movie is The Titanic.
My name is Kiva Knowles, and my favorite food is yogurt rolls.
Hi, my name is Alex Patterson, and my favorite song is 24 Karat Magic.
My name is Faith Marie, and my favorite food is baked ziti.
That is the team from Bristol, Connecticut, and their batting order goes 1 through 12. It's an order that hit 309 in the regional. One of the better offensive teams that we saw through the regional round, and Lucy Bastians will lead things off for Connecticut. And in the circle, if you were with us yesterday, then you know this name, Michaela Knight. You might know her, Amanda, as Curly.
Well, I can't wait to watch her pitch at night underneath these lights. And Curly did a tremendous job against the California offense yesterday. She threw 4 innings, had 7 strikeouts, only scattered the 4 hits, and gave up the 1 earned run. Throws with good velocity, and against the right-handed hitters, Michelle, what stuck out to me is just her ability to go down and up on the outer half. She got strikeouts both up and down the zone with her drop and rise.
Gets her nickname from her curly hair, if you couldn't tell. And even more fun, her mom, Tara, is the one that calls the pitches in the dugout for her.
She's so poised in the circle as well.
Yeah, we didn't see anything phase her yesterday.
Well, how long do we think the orange and blue is going to stay in her hair after this World Series with the highlights that she has?
Bastian's wasting no time. It's going to roll. Almost to the warning track. She gets to second's got to dive back. Lucy Bastian starting off this game for Connecticut with a nice shot.
Well, Bastians takes a pitch that's slightly elevated on the outer half and just drives it the opposite way. We saw her do this at regional. She's the big bat, first batter of the lineup for Connecticut, and sets the tone. She gets this one into the gap. She runs well. A leadoff double for Connecticut.
Kiva Knowles up next, the first baseman, with a runner in scoring position.
Well, right away, Michaela Knight is going to learn that maybe she's going to have to be better and spot her pitches in 0-2, 1-2 counts. I mean, yesterday, maybe she got away with some that was more over the plate in those counts, but already Connecticut proving her to hit mistakes.
Knowles laying down the bunt, fair ball. Leaping up for it was Avery O'Brien, who had come over to first. That was big to save the runner from coming around and coming home. Bastian's at third now.
That was a good job, good catch by O'Brien. Able to get the out first, but as you mentioned, Courtney, not let that ball get into the outfield, because that would have let that run come across.
Lucy Cowlett. Slow roller back to the pitcher, who throws to the catcher. And Bastian sliding in. She's tagged out by Curley.
This is well played. I mean, especially at this level, oftentimes all these additional throws can lead to errant throws, but yeah, Kentucky just handling this situation with so much poise. You know that Bastians is going to be aggressive. She has speed. She tries to get herself into a rundown to force them to make an error, and they just don't. Great last throw there by Hunter Sparks.
A 1-2-5-1 if you're scoring at home. LaFergie now the pitcher up against Curley, the pitcher for Kentucky.
This is a really old Kentucky team. In fact, when you average their ages, they're the oldest team that we have here at the World Series. And I think that in little plays like that, with how calm and poised that they stay defensively, it shows with their experience and age.
Yeah, that rundown, the way they ran it, everyone was in the right position. With Michaela Knight, Curley covering for her catcher once her catcher had thrown down. So that, it's those little things that show up in big times, and if you don't do them right, and there it is. That's the average age you were talking about.
Yeah, they're the only team with 11 players, but 10 of the 11 are 13 years old.
Especially at this age, every year is so much growth. You're growing in inches, you're growing in strength and velocity and how hard you can hit the ball. So that's a little bit of an advantage there with their strength, just simply based on, puberty growing up and your size.
And a team that played last year against an Indiana team that ended up playing for the Little League Championship, ended up losing to Pennsylvania, but that makes a difference. You watch them and you're like, oh, I'm gonna work harder because I want that to be us next year, and it is Kentucky instead of Indiana.
Yeah, they actually opened up the regional with that Floyd's Knobs team and got no hit by them. Came back and beat them in the regional championship to get here. LaFergie will take her base. 2 on for Connecticut. They've got the go-ahead run at first.
That's one thing about Michaela Knight that stuck out about her regional tournament to get here to the World Series is just her command. She only had 3 walks next to 25 strikeouts at the regional.
And didn't walk anybody yesterday. McKinley Whitlock. Hustle coming over from right field is Fenley Bevan. about Kentucky's defense in this first inning?
How about Finley Bevan? Look at the way she's going to come in. A little bit of the bare hand with the glove, but she ropes it in. But for me, it's the smile and, of course, Curley giving some love to her outfielder.
Hey Avery, Cooper Pratt here. Just wanted to reach out and wish you guys the best of luck in you guys' tournament, and yeah, go win it.
Avery, just wanted to say good luck at the World Series. It's been really fun to watch. You guys go win the whole thing. Tell Curley to keep throwing the gas.
Good luck, Avery, to you and your teammates in the softball World Series coming up. We're all rooting for you. Let's go.
Hey Avery, just want to wish you good luck this upcoming weeks in the softball Little League World Series. Go kick some butt, and we'll be watching. Have fun.
How cool is that? The Nashville Sounds through the Milwaukee Brewers organization, AAA team in Nashville. Avery's uncle, Andrew, is the strength and conditioning coach for the Nashville Sounds. So we didn't go to them. They sent that to us and said, we are cheering on Avery and this Kentucky team in Nashville. How cool is that?
I think makes it extra special. It wasn't like we went hunting that down. Like sometimes we do. We'll get a shout out here and there, but that one, they are so proud of Avery and making it to the World Series. And they're probably, I guess, watching right now. They might actually be playing, but they're going to be looking at the score after they play.
That's exactly right.
I love the specific shout out to Curley. Keep throwing the gas.
I love that
too. Well, this this Kentucky defense just got out of a big inning where Connecticut had the opportunity to take the lead in this game, and now Avery Emick is going to lead off this inning. Hopefully pumped up after that shout out.
Well, it's always neat when you get a shout out like that, know that people are paying attention and following what you're doing, following the community and family members.
Well, they have so much going on right now. You know, they're in the season, so for them to take the time and follow the team through regionals and now through the World Series is just extra special.
Well, it's hard to believe, too. It's just the second year of existence for this Little League. And here they are at the World Series.
Well, I think the exposure, right? Little League softball over the last 4 or 5 years has gotten more and more exposure. And with that, more people paying attention.
Emick's going to get the leadoff walk. Their motto in regionals was find a way, and Emick finding a way to get on for her team. Kayla Knight steps up now. Curley.
Furchie throwing a changeup. First pitch. As Curley turns to potentially bunt.
It's hard to believe that this Kentucky offense got no hit in the regional by the last year runner-up at the Little League Softball World Series. Indiana team, Grace Fiore. We saw her pitch here at the World Series. She threw against them at the regional and no hit them, and that was a wake-up call for Kentucky. They did not want to lose 2 years in a row to Indiana and not make it here.
Cool.
They talked about how, you know, last year being their first year of existence as a Little League, everybody was just nervous and just felt the pressure every single game, from the players to the coaches trying to figure things out as they experienced them for the first time. And this year there hasn't been pressure, and now it's back-to-back free passes here for Kentucky.
Virgie seems to be a little bit more fidgety in this inning, even after that second walk.
A little slower, so that way we're keeping them a little off balance. All right, but let's take our pace, slow it down just a little bit so we don't play into their rhythm, okay? Runners at first and second, ball comes back to you, let's look to 3, okay? If we don't have it, we can turn right back to 1, okay? All right, we're looking good, keep it up. Thank you.
Adam Whitlock is the manager of this Connecticut team, and actually he is a co-worker of ours at ESPN, a senior director of ESPN remote traffic operations.
A lot of great support at that regional tournament up in Bristol, Connecticut, which ironically is where one of the Little League regional headquarters is.
Runner is safe at first. Bases loaded.
Well, it's like she remembered what he was just saying. If the ball goes to you, look 3. And that's what she did, but it was just the bunt, the pace of the bunt. You have to be sure right there, if you're going to make that play, there has to be communication if you even have a shot to make the force out at 3, and she didn't, and suffered making any out.
Now Haley Warren is at the plate with the bases loaded and nobody out. Haley Warren got a hit yesterday, also had a walk. That hit that she had was a double. Favorite TV show is Survivor. I can't believe that's still on.
It's surviving.
It is. Haley Warren, get it down. Runner coming home for Kentucky. Curley's rounding third. Sinjeta ball home too. A bases clearing double for Haley Warren.
Wow, talk about stepping up when need be, and this is exactly what Haley Warren does. This is a pitch that's a little bit sweet, and she just goes out and gets it, barrels that up, connects with it on time. You can see her head down, drives that into the gap. This is a just well-executed swing on a ball that's a little bit sweet, gets it past the outfielders, and clears the bases.
Both of her hits in the World Series so far are doubles. Not bad.
Not at all. They just continue to stay aggressive early in the count against these strikes. And Laforte was trying to throw that changeup early in this inning and just couldn't hit it. It's an important pitch for her because of how aggressive Kentucky is early in the count. But leadoff walks, back-to-back walks come back to haunt her.
Evelyn Shellstrom up, fouling off pitches. Shellstrom just fell. And Shellstrom comes from a athletic background. Her dad was a 3-sport college athlete who also continued running after he was in the NCAA and then coached, and her mom played college volleyball.
That change up. So important for her just to throw that in the mix. Even that pitch there, 2 strikes protecting the plate, but she's a little bit out in front of it. It just gives these hitters a different look, keeps it in the back of their mind that, hey, this is still a pitch I'm going to work in here.
Potentially using it as a setup pitch. Potentially go outside now, especially when you're ahead 0-2. Trying to expand that strike zone.
She just hasn't looked comfortable this inning. You know, on that last pitch, she's kind of picking up her feet. There just seems like something isn't right with her in this inning.
I think it's a little bit of first game jitters, but yes, you're right. I don't know if maybe she's got something going on with that front leg.
This is about to be the 8th pitch of the at-bat to Kjellstrom.
You heard the regional. Did she do anything like that when she was pitching? And I mean, she did walk when she came up to the plate, her first at bat. I mean, easily, you know, just totally speculating here, but you know, sometimes you step wrong or take a lead wrong. I don't know. This is just not something that she did in the first inning, and then she hit, and now she looks like this. So just trying to put the pieces together.
Kjellstrom just got her first hit. Runners coming home. Tagged out. Lucy Callett from center making the toss in to Dakota Green to save another run from scoring.
The coaches call her out in center field, Lucy Callett, one of the most determined players on her team, and she was determined to get an out. Perfect one-hopper to her catcher, Dakota Green, who makes the tag, just hangs in there, holds on to the ball. What a play by Lucy Callett out in center field. Her team needed an out. She knew that, and she took it upon herself for the outfield assist.
Keeps the score 4-0 with Brinley Bishop at the bottom of the order. That one rolls away from Green. The runner advances to third. Wild pitch puts another run 60 feet away. Just one out.
Michelle, I don't need to keep harping on this, but just with the way that she looks uncomfortable with her left foot, and that's her stride foot. That is where she lands with all of her force against her front side. That's just such an important part of a pitcher's mechanics. She gets a strikeout there, but I don't know, she just doesn't look comfortable with that left foot or ankle.
Yeah, we normally say you want to throw against a hard opposite side because that's where you can drive your pitching side or your right side. So it's her left side, you want that to be firm, and you're right, when it's collapsing a little bit, it affects your pitches.
If you're in pain, you're thinking about it, you're maybe not going as hard, and I think there's something to the way she started this inning with back-to-back walks and just not being comfortable this inning.
And both of those would eventually come around to score on the bases clearing double. And another run's going to come home. And now Lafergie has got her head down, holding that left leg. Wasn't able to come to the plate and help cover.
Yeah, there's something wrong with her.
You see them taking a look at that left leg for Ava Lafergie. And just hovering that left leg as they take a look at it. So they're going to help her off the field. Avery Collins right there with her teammate and her pitcher. She's not putting any weight on that left leg. So Connecticut will be forced to use a new pitcher, and we will step aside as Ava Lafergie has had to be helped off the field for Team Connecticut. Putting any weight on that left leg, and the training staff here with Little League is taking a look at her. So Connecticut has been forced to make a pitching change, and Lucy Callett, who made the big catch, or the big throw, excuse me, to the home plate from center field, is now in the circle, Michelle.
Yeah, she's had some opportunities to throw at regional, so she's got a little bit of experience in that circle. And right now for Connecticut, it's just going to be about getting some ground balls, getting that defense to work behind and trying to get back in the dugout.
And due to Callett coming in to pitch, Ellie Tisha is in center, and Faith Marie Soto is now in right field for Connecticut. And Hunter Sparks was the one at the plate when Lafergie was no longer able to pitch, so she still continues this at bat. 3 balls and a strike. Top of the order here.
The biggest thing that Lucy can do right now is just throw strikes, and sometimes it's not easy in a busy inning like this. Your teammate just got hurt. Don't know how much she warmed up and when that happened, if it was before the game.
Hunter Sparks to Bastiance at short. Reaching out for it was Kiva Knowles, and she kept her toe on the bag. We'll see if Kentucky wants to take another look at this play. And J.W. O'Brien, the manager for Kentucky, is going to come out and talk to the umpire who was at first. And so they will review this. You get 2 challenges per game, and if you're successful, you get to keep it. Remember, the call in the field was that she was out.
Yeah, it looked to me. Yeah, it looked to me like she dropped the ball, and it did come out of her glove, despite an incredible effort to field the short hop and stretch and keep her foot on the bag. But I think this is going to get overturned.
So I think the umpire's looking at the foot on the bag, doesn't see the ball hit the ground. It's a great effort.
I kept those toes on the bag.
Well, and it's tricky. If we didn't have all these cameras here, I think she might have potentially gotten away with it.
All right, it looks like they have a decision. So the call is going to be overturned, and Sparks is going to be safe at first. Heck of an effort by Kiva Knowles, but just couldn't keep it in her glove.
Looking like an infield hit. Hustling it out.
Number 2, second baseman Avery O'Brien.
Kentucky has added to its lead here in this second inning where they have plated 4 runs. They had a bases clearing double from Haley Warren to really put them up, and then scored another run on a wild pitch. Avery O'Brien now. Hunter Sparks going, taking second.
So a lot of aggressive base running here at the World Series. Trying to force the defense's hand.
That one hops away from Dakota Green, and Sparks is at third, rounding third. Man, Hunter Sparks is fearless out there.
She's hunting home plate. She wants to get it.
One to Avery O'Brien. Avery O'Brien has a single and a run scored in this game, coming in the first inning. Pop-up. And a miscommunication between second and right field lets another run score for Kentucky, and Avery O'Brien just sped over to second base.
This might go down as a hit, but this is a ball that needs to be caught. It's in the air long enough. 2 defenders are there. Just miscommunication and good effort by Thompson to go back on it. Hits off the heel of her glove. It will actually go down as an error, but another run for Kentucky. Now 5 runs scored in this inning.
5 runs in the inning, and Connecticut had to make a pitching change because of an injury. That one outside and gets away from Dakota Green. Avery O'Brien is at third. Another wild pitch coming in from Lucy Callan.
You know, this is just so unfortunate because you could just tell Ava Lafergie did not start this inning in the circle in a good place. Like we saw her in the first inning. Looked uncomfortable and ended up coming out. It's been a long inning for Connecticut to be out on the field, and it's just had some tough moments. They really believe in Lucy Callan.
Oh, yeah.
She's one of their best pitchers.
Yes.
It's just that she plays such a good center field. Remember, she also had that outfield assist in this inning that they like to keep her in center field.
Yeah, and she probably wasn't, really ready, thinking that she was going to have to pitch, and she throws basically flaming changeup. So she throws a hard fastball and mixes with the changeup.
Presley Roberts walks and brings us to Paisley Edge, who had an RBI double in the first. Runner casually going. Kentucky, a team that they felt like their offense just wasn't what they want it to be at regionals, and man, I don't know what they've been doing. I guess getting in the cages ever since regionals ended last weekend.
Well, part of it, you face a really good pitcher at regionals and you beat them, and it gives you a lot of confidence. Look at that offense.
10 for 19, 11 RBI with runners in scoring position.
In 2 games, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah. Edge pops up. Bastian's underneath it, but Kentucky puts up a 5 spot in the second inning. How about Haley Warren? Warren clearing the bases.
Warren gets a pitch she can handle and just barrels it up. That double clears the bases and really puts Kentucky in front. A big lead at 6-zip for Kentucky.
Welcome back to the Little League Softball World Series, presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. Game Changer is the official scorekeeping technology partner of the Little League World Series. Coach smarter, connect live, and replay the action on Game Changer, the #1 youth sports app. Live the game like never before. We're back here in Greenville, North Carolina. It's been the home to the Little League Softball World Series since 2021. 12 of the best teams from around the world have earned a spot to play here in Greenville. And maybe some future Little Leaguers out there watching on this late night on Monday. I almost said Tuesday. It is Monday.
We will continue to do that this week.
Yep.
Not know what day of the week it is.
I was really sure yesterday was Monday. Our 5th game of the day. Connecticut trying to get the comeback going on. Finley Bevan is so good in right field.
Lockdown. Finley Bevan is a lockdown outfielder. We have seen outfielders struggle when they have to cover a lot of ground, go a far distance, but not Finley Bevan. This is her 3rd catch where I think that she's traveled a total mile to get to the ball in the air, and she tracks it down and continues to make outs.
Mary Thompson at the plate as Connecticut's trying to dig out of a pretty big hole. Kentucky used a bases clearing double to jump ahead in the 2nd inning. Also, Connecticut was forced into a pitching change due to an injury to their pitcher, Lafergie.
Oh, that one's just a little bit too far. She was going for it.
Never doubt her, never doubt her.
See if she gets a little closer to the line. And you know, she gets a lot of work out there in right field because of the way Curly Knight throws. She throws on that outer half to righties, so a lot of balls go to the right field.
That's maybe why she's positioned there, don't you think? Because
Absolutely.
of how secure her glove is.
And her jump. You know, you see immediately when that ball's coming off the bat, she knows it. She's out there getting that jump. Nice change of pace.
Yeah, Curly throwing in the change there to get the swing from Thompson. And that's the first strikeout tonight for Curly Knight.
The center fielder, number 9, Ellie Tisha.
Like a screwball moving up and in on the hands. Kind of looked like actually Emick was setting up a little outside, but it moves up and in. And you know what? That works. That plays to a right-handed hitter. When normally she's throwing so much outside, you go up and in on the hands like that. That'll do.
Well, especially when you've thrown a changeup a pitch prior, makes it look even more explosive in the upper part of the zone.
And she's ahead 0-2 now on Ellie Tisha. A lot of players on this Connecticut team musically gifted. Ellie is one of those. She plays the clarinet.
Yeah, and she was selected as a member of the All-City Band for her work with the clarinet.
She is.
There we go. That is back-to-back Ks for Curley. Her first 2 of the night.
Curley might just be heating up here in the second inning. Her first 2 strikeouts of the game come here in the second. That second one that she had was a beauty of a changeup.
Adam Whitlock is the manager for this Connecticut team. He works with us at ESPN and this team out of Bristol, Connecticut, which is where ESPN's headquarters are. So these girls had a chance to go on SportsCenter earlier in the week after they made it to the regional. What a cool experience for them.
And they did a great job. They were asked all sorts of questions. I would have been a deer in headlights, and they were not.
Yeah, and I still get in awe of going to our studios and stepping in with the lights, and just everything about it is just so incredible. Like, imagine being 11 and 12 years old and stepping in that studio.
Pretty special, and it was great. All the support within the community that they got. Just so fun for these young girls.
Finley Bevan. Oh, deep shot and scooped by Tisha.
That is a well-struck ball, and I just would love for a well-struck ball like that to be a home run. If our fences could just be like 175, 200, and have some additional home runs. A home run is just, out of the park is so hard to come by here, and there are well-struck balls like that ball off the bat of Bevan that deserve to put a run on the board, in my opinion.
Yeah, this is a pretty big field for Little League. It's 200 to all fields.
Well, especially, you know, it's a little damp, the humidity, all that, so the ball doesn't really fly a ton.
Now, we did see a home run earlier today, but remember, last year in the entire World Series, we only saw 2. The year before that, I don't think we had 1 at all.
I just think it's such a big part of the game, and you can go up and swing a little bit harder. Outfielders can go up and maybe make a play at the fence and rob a home run. I just think that would be awesome. A lot of ground to cover for these young athletes. That this is a similar size field as what we see at the college level. In fact, a team like UCLA, their left field and right field is 190 down the lines, and that's not the only place that it's like that. It's 200 down the lines here.
That's right. It takes a good shot to get the ball out of the park.
Avery Emick will hit this off her bat to Bastians. Want to see some girls with game? You can tune in to an exciting summer of softball and visit littleleaguesoftball.org for great content, information about starting a softball league, and more. And you know, a lot of teams that we see end up at the World Series, they've been watching the World Series for several years. They decide to start a team and get in on the fun, kind of like this Kentucky team.
That's exactly what happened.
Curly Knight pokes one out to right. She's gotten on with a walk and now a single.
Curly's another one of those athletes that when you watch her play, you can tell she just loves it. Pitch a little bit jammed up on the inner half, and she just shoots it the opposite way. But she gets to first. There you go. Look at her having fun, smiling, giving a little love back and forth to her teammates. It's just good stuff.
A nice swing. You know, Tony Baldwin, the Georgia head coach, would have loved that type of swing right there, Michelle.
Absolutely. The apogee, yes.
Yeah, so 2 outs, and with Curly on as the pitcher, they're going to use a courtesy runner for her. So we have our first phone call of the night. There is a red phone that the managers can use to call up to the press box.
It's actually going to be the catcher who could also get courtesy run for, but instead they like Emick and the athlete that she is, and just going to go run for the pitcher. The catcher, again, just does everything for a pitcher, right? Just does it all.
Normally the catcher gets to come in because they have to put the gear on. More so than the pitcher.
Well, there she goes.
Well, there are still spaces even.
It's like they know what they're doing. Come on.
Trying to get another run across here in the top of the third.
Jenna Ball smacks that one over to Knowles at first, and no runs coming across for Kentucky in this inning, but they're still enjoying a 6-0 lead.
Athletes Unlimited at the Little League Softball World Series.
Makeup of a superstar.
Look at that play!
The Little Leaguers will be in the stands. They're so excited to see us, and we're excited to see them.
They dream of being me, and I was once them.
It is going to be so fun to have a pro game here at the Little League Softball World Series, and you can be a part of it too. You can see it Wednesday at 7 Eastern on ESPN2. Team Italy in the house. All of the teams for Little League will get to go over to the East Carolina Softball Stadium and watch a pro game. But the fact that they get to see these pro athletes in person, get to interact with them, I mean, that means everything to these girls.
Yeah, there's a lot to it because tomorrow on Tuesday, the pro players will be here at this field watching them play and getting to be down on the field with them. And kind of hype them up pregame and give them high fives and give them advice and everything. And that's just such a cool aspect because, I mean, there might not be any other opportunity in their life that they'll get to talk to a professional softball player like that.
Dakota Green is leading off this inning for Connecticut. And it's been so much fun to see the AUSL grow this year, the expansion, adding 2 more teams, so 6 teams. And I mean, the pro league, the pro season just climbing in popularity. It's been so much fun.
Ended with the Talons winning it all.
Again.
Back-to-back champions of the AUSL.
Dakota Green, it gets down fair. She'll go back to first. And Dakota Green coming up with a hit for this team.
21.
Able to hang with a changeup here. Hit off the end of the bat, but finds a hole out in left field and not as fooled by that changeup and finds the grass in the fair side of the line.
Just the second hit for Connecticut tonight. The first one was a leadoff double. Faith Marie Soto fouls off the first pitch.
And this Connecticut team, this is their first game, so these are their first at-bats in the Little League World Series. And, you know, Kentucky had the opportunity to play last night, and just based on who gets the buys and who doesn't. And this first game is always a big deal. Your first at-bat's always a really big deal.
Well, and they trailed at one point in all 3 of their regional games, so this is a familiar situation that they're used to being in. Against Maine, Rhode Island, and then Rhode Island again.
Yes. In fact, they were down big to Rhode Island late in that championship game. Ended up walking it off, scoring 3 runs in the bottom of the 6th to win it.
That was just an absolutely crazy 6th inning. I was just pacing around my living room watching it. I can't imagine, Michelle, what it was like to be there. They were down 3-1 and then an inside the park home run.
That's right.
Boom.
That kind of opened the floodgates, and then I think the team kind of believed when they were only down by 1 run that they could get it done, and they did.
Presley Roberts falling to her knees and still made the grab.
That's an impressive catch. She's pulled in, and then she's going to drop step, go back, and then look at this. She stumbles, but keeps her eye on the ball. So watch when she goes down. She goes down, but still keeps her eye on the ball, is able to glove it up and make the catch. Look at Curly giving her a hand.
Is this a banana ball trick play? Do you get points for that? Oh, goodness.
Remember, we've had a lot of rain.
We've had so much rain over the last 48 hours. It forced us to move 1 game from yesterday to today. So this is our 5th game of the day. Alex Patterson bumps this one back to Curly. Does move the runner into scoring position.
To me, at this point of the World Series, if there's anybody, speaking of the pro games, if there's anybody that kind of already plays like a pro to me, it's Presley Roberts to me. I mean, being able to stumble and still make that catch, the swing that she has, the way that she plays shortstop and just holds herself, she has a pro softballer energy to her.
And the way she communicates with her teammates.
Going back to the phone.
Dakota Green is a catcher, so I'm sure they're going to get a runner out there for her.
So Alex Patterson, who was last recorded out, will come in as the courtesy runner for Dakota Green, the catcher, at second.
Alex Patterson.
Bottom of the order for Connecticut, Juliana Pavlak.
Nice pitch on the outer half. Starting off with the changeup.
excuse me, this is Lucy Bastian's top of the order up. And a strikeout for Curley as she keeps working.
Do you want to hear a joke about paper? Never mind, it's terrible.
Why did the chicken cross the road? Because. Why was the tomato blushing? Because she saw the salad dressing. Knock, knock. Who's there? Cows go who? No, cows go moo. I just said that on camera.
And now we're airing it on TV. Lots of fun, lots of games here at the Little League Softball World Series. And through 7 games so far, guys, we're averaging just over 11 runs per game. We've had 4 games decided by run rule, and 3 come from behind wins. We've seen a little bit of everything.
Lots of fun, lots of runs, for sure.
This Connecticut team is trying to be one of those teams to come back from behind. They have lost their starting pitcher who left this game in the 2nd inning with an injury in Abel Aferji. Kentucky really jumped ahead in that 2nd inning when they put up a 5 spot.
But how cool it is that they get to go through a media day before any games start at the World Series. So those jokes that you see and just some other edits that we'll have throughout the week is, you know, people spending time and energy to create that media day for them. Very similar to the Women's College World Series, where the 8 teams that make it there get to go through their media day. We call it a car wash there, a car wash here, and they get pictures and video and all kinds of just royalty treatment once you make it to the World Series.
Plus you get all your gear from
swag,
the league and Adidas.
Exactly.
Yeah.
To see all the catchers wearing their new catching gear and all the different colorful shoes.
Oh yeah. Are you a pro different colored shoes, or like one's a different than the other, or you want the same? We've seen both.
I was a white spike girl, but I would probably take on this look. I would do the two-tone.
I like it.
It's pretty cool.
I was wondering if you would, what you're going to say, because I think I definitely would. I think it'd be fun.
The question is, do you trade with a teammate who has a similar size shoe?
No, it comes like that.
Oh, that's impressive.
Really? Yeah, that's the set, is one's a different color than the other.
Because in the past, I know that you would have to trade with someone who had similar size.
It's a style now, guys.
Had a big foot.
I know, I'm hip.
It's hard to find someone who had.
But if you guys wanted to trade, I'm an 8.5.
Okay, well, my woman's 11 or 11.5, so
yeah, I mean,
that won't be working.
7.5, 8.
Haley Warren is leading off this inning. She had a 3-run double in the 2nd. That was the biggest swing for Kentucky tonight so far.
That really was the moment that broke it open. I mean, that second inning with LaFergie getting injured, back-to-back walks to lead off the inning. Boom, Haley Warren just coming up and hitting a ball deep into the outfield. I mean, that really was, in my opinion, the turning point in this game.
Another hard hit ball towards Avery Collins at third. And Haley Warren is on. You can find Little League on Facebook, X, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok at the official handles at Little League. And don't forget to use hashtag LLWS. They're going to rule that an error at third that allowed Haley Warren to reach. Although it was a pretty hard hit ball. Evelyn Shellstrom, who just had her first hit in the second inning, her first hit in regionals or this World Series, came here in this game.
Well, and just about everybody in the Kentucky lineup has reached except for 2 hitters. And one was Finley Bevan, who should have had herself an out-of-the-park home run. So that was even a hard hit. In the Amanda distances, you know, it was a fly out to center field, but it was a hard hit ball.
It was a very hard hit.
Horn advancing over to second base. 2 balls and a strike to Shellstrom from Lucy Kellett, who had to come in from center to pitch. Hopper just past third. Runners on the corners now for Kentucky. And it's a second hit tonight for Evelyn Shellstrom.
How about the lower part of this Kentucky order? They are getting it done, and they have. I mean, that's one of the things you see with complete teams, that they hit 1 through 11, and they do damage top to bottom.
Shellstrom just trotted on over to second.
Yeah, in the first and third situations, Connecticut is just kind of surrendering that steal and that extra 60 feet. Not really coming up with the play for that. Looked like it hit by pitch.
Yeah, I thought it was a hit by a pitch too. But Haley Warren's going to come home and to score. Now he's asking her to come back.
He's calling it a pass ball, which is why it allowed that runner to advance from third base and score. But she knows and felt that it hit her, which is what it looked like happened. So the runner will have to go back to third base, and she'll be back in the box. Or actually, the runner would have scored because it will be a pass ball ruled on the field. But it definitely hit her.
Yeah, it hit her in the toe on her back leg.
Yeah, and you could challenge this if they wanted to. You know, it's hard to play down by 6 or 7 runs, Michelle, and I feel like we're seeing a little bit of lack of energy from this Connecticut team at times, and sometimes you could be like you're not having the best game or have been challenged in this game, but it's just so important to keep playing, to still learn from every inning, from every ball that comes your way, and just to not give up on your team, on yourself, and just keep fighting no matter what. So a learning experience for this team, and I think that's what you're going to see him come out and talk to them.
Hey, real well. Hey, man. Hey, kept us in there real well. All right, I'll have you come into the mound. I'll have you go to center. I need Ellie to come in to play third. All right, hey, good stuff, kiddo. Hey, no, yeah, hey, listen, no one's giving up here, kids. No one's giving up here. We got this. Keep working hard. Ellie!
So a pitching change coming for Team Connecticut as we're going to see Avery Collins take over in the circle. Little League thanks its official sponsors, including the AUSL and Dick's Sporting Goods, whose support helps create meaningful experiences for communities, volunteers, and young athletes all season. Little League also thanks its dedicated volunteers who make a lasting impact on millions of children worldwide. So Avery Collins coming over from third base into the circle to pitch for Team Connecticut, and Lucy Callett going back out to center field. Ellie Tisha coming over to third.
Ellie Tisha is a Swiss Army knife.
Yeah,
She really is.
she has started this game in right field, then went to center, and now is at third. And Avery Collins is going to start with the top of the order, and Hunter Sparks, who comes up for the third time. So they're making the call upstairs on the bat phone. You know, if you were with us last night, we had asked the question when we were at Alpenrose in Portland, what was the phone situation? And our good friend Jamie Sims, who was an umpire here for a very long time with the World Series, texted in on the super secret text line to let us know that they were able to talk to the scorer in a bunker at Alpenrose, so they didn't have to, the umpire did, so they didn't have to use the phone. There's some history there for you as Brindley Bishop is going.
Well, it's always good to have umpire connections.
Always.
They're just to keep them in your back pocket. There's always strange questions and things that come up in the middle of the game, and they are definitely a phone a friend that you need to have.
Yes.
If you're just tuning into this game, Connecticut is now on its third pitcher because Ava Lafergie, who is their ace, something just looked a little bit off, and she was unable to continue pitching in the second inning, had to be helped off the field. You see she's got her left leg up. Training staff looked at it. The staff here at Little League has been keeping an eye on her, and we haven't seen her been able to return in this game, but something was just not right with her.
I hope she's okay, but maybe somehow we'll be able to see her play the next game. I know I'll be hoping for that.
Yes. Well, the loser of this game will play New Jersey tomorrow at 1 p.m. The winner will face Puerto Rico on Thursday. Presley Bastians making that grab at short.
Number 2, second baseman Avery O'Brien.
Not really sure what's going on there.
Yeah, she's pointing at the lights. I don't know what it was.
Had a couple of mysteries for Connecticut in this game. Let's add that to the list.
Here's Avery O'Brien. Feels very similar in Japan. So she's hitting in the 2 spot. She's number 2, and she plays second base.
That happens in Japan a lot?
There is a lot of that in Japan, yes. Their number is the position they play. And sometimes, obviously, it's where they hit in the lineup. So it's pretty cool thing, so.
Avery O'Brien finding a way, as they say, and she is speeding over to second as she sends another run home. Make it 8-0 Kentucky.
Avery O'Brien just throws her barrel to this pitch on the inner half, gets it out front, hits it hard.
And she's at second.
Of course she is. Of course she is. Added to the list of twos.
But she only hit a 1 run instead of 2 runs.
Well, that really would have been something.
Presley Roberts backing her teammate up. 2 more runs across for Team Kentucky, and they are up 10.
Pitch on the outer half, and she's just able to get around this. You mentioned it earlier, just has that professional style swing, a silky smooth from the left side, and just punches that through the 3-4 hole, puts another run up on the board.
And still just 1 out here in the top of the 4th. Remember, the run rule in Little League is up 10 runs after 4 innings, so Connecticut will get a chance to bat in the bottom of this inning, but they will have to score in order to extend this game.
I can just tell this has just been a very frustrating game for Connecticut, and Kentucky has felt quite the opposite, just continuing to build on their momentum that they created in their first inning against California when they had 11 runs and now 10, so 21 runs scored.
Well, and we see this at the Women's College World Series too, or any tournament for that matter. Momentum is a real thing, and Kentucky has a lot of momentum right now.
And it started from their first at bat yesterday in their big win over California. Paisley Edge walks.
And it really is such a rarity, the amount of run rolls that we have seen here at the World Series. And we've kind of been discussing it and trying to figure out why this is happening. And
what did we come up with?
What did we come up with?
I think the hitters are a little more prepared. They're seeing what these other teams are doing at regionals. So the coaches are actually, we're hearing them say they're scouting their opponents.
Oh, yeah.
I think some of it's strike zone. I think some of it's weather, the playing conditions. I think there's a couple things that you could not blame it on, but kind of stir the pot with.
Yeah, it has seemed like the strike zone has been a little bit tighter overall the past couple of days, and we saw that at the college game. When there's a tighter strike zone, then pitchers have to come more on the plate and they get hit harder. Therefore, more runs are scored, more balls are driven to the outfield. There's also more walks.
So those runs come in to score.
Yeah, in the college game this year, we saw, hitting was well ahead of pitching throughout most of the season.
It was thousands more home runs this year.
Bevan hits to short. Runner is safe, and she is going to reach safely on the fielder's choice. That loads the bases.
I might challenge that if I was Connecticut.
I think we're going to take a look at it. It's a late slide, so it's hard to tell. Where the throw comes in, there's no real opportunity for Tisha to be able to stretch.
Could be one of those that whatever it is on the field stands, because
the call on the field was that she was safe.
It is a forced play. I think they might overturn it. I think they're going to overturn it.
I think that
right there.
I think that's an out.
It's one of those that every frame is critical in trying to make the decision, and that frame right there I think is important.
Again, you get 2 challenges per game. If you're correct in your challenge, you get to keep it. So Little League taking a look at this play at third base where the runner was called safe.
This is a long one.
Oh, we got a decision. Call is overturned. The runner will be out at third for the second out of this inning. So for Kentucky, it's runners on first and second now.
Number 9, the catcher, Avery Emick.
Avery Emick up, looking to add to this lead. Who just went over there, leaps out for it. Oh, did she? Oh, it came out of her glove. Man. She had it in her glove.
That was such a great effort.
And remember, this is the player that has been all over the field tonight.
Right.
Started in right, then center, and now at third. And it's a hit for Avery Emick, and now Curley Knight at the plate with the bases loaded. Bounces off the second baseman. One more run across. Make it 2 more for Kentucky. Looking for a third on this play. Curley swings and Kentucky plates 3 more.
Just so aggressive, Curley, with that really good bat speed, that exit velocity off the barrel.
Well, now the well, never mind. Connecticut either way has to hit. But I was going to say, up by 15, you know, just continuing to add to this lead. Another run roll happens when you are up by 15, but Connecticut still's going to have a chance to hit.
Quick visit to the phone for J.W. O'Brien for Kentucky. Talking to the official scorer up in the booth. Michelle, why don't you go over and answer the phone next time?
I will. They might be surprised. This is Smitty in the booth. Can I help you?
Yeah. You got to be quick, though, because it is instantaneous. The minute he picks it up, it rings next door.
You don't have to hit a button.
No, it knows
like
where
a
to
bat
go.
phone.
Yes.
Goes in one direction.
Maybe one day we'll pick it up. It'll call the Ministry of Magic. That's a Harry Potter reference for those muggles at home that don't know.
And the batter, number 8, Jenna Ball.
Jenna Ball at the plate right now for Kentucky, meaning they have batted around in this inning. Played at 7 runs here in the top of the 4th. And Presley Roberts is going to go advance to third. 2-2 coming to Jenna Ball as Connecticut tries to get out of this inning. Jenna Ball to the gap. 14-0 Kentucky.
How about Jenna Ball picking up her first hit of the game?
It's everybody has reached.
Now batting, number 7, Haley Warren.
And so Haley Warren, who started this inning, is back up for the second time. Haley Warren drops it into shallow right. 15-0 Kentucky. As every player for Kentucky has scored tonight.
Number 19, left fielder Evelyn Tillstrom.
For a Kentucky team that only hit .208 in the regional.
Yeah.
Pretty good showing. They scored 11 runs in their first game yesterday, and now 15 here tonight. And counting.
It was tough to give them so much confidence coming in. It was probably a question mark, like what offense is going to show up for us? We know Michaela Knight, Curley in the circle is going to be great. Our defense has been strong. But what offense is going to show up? And I mean, this is giving them some answers big time. Yesterday's game and today scoring 26 runs in 2 games.
And it's so important if you can win this game today. If you're Kentucky, you don't play again until Thursday. The loser is going to have to face New Jersey tomorrow at 1 p.m. That will be an elimination game. Winner gets Puerto Rico on Thursday.
It's a lot of off days to maybe go swing the bat a little bit more and get even hotter.
Knowles snags it at first. And now Connecticut's got some work to do. They will have to play 6 runs in order to keep this game going. They've got 3 outs to work with as we go to the bottom of the 4th. The Little League Softball World Series is presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. Every season starts at Dick's. Back to the Little League Softball World Series presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. 4 games On the slate for tomorrow here at the Little League Softball World Series, we'll start the day off with Washington and Texas. That will be followed by New Jersey facing the loser of this game that we're watching right now. Then California, Japan, and Canada, Italy. All of these will be elimination games tomorrow, and you can see all 4 of them on ESPN2.
It should be an intense day with the elimination games coming up. Nobody want their summer to come to an end because, you know, it's around the corner. School. When you have to get off the softball field and your season's done, you know that's just coming up soon.
You just want it to be the summer forever.
Just like the summer.
Exactly.
Well, Connecticut is down to its final 3 outs. They have to bring across 6 runs in this inning. If not, the run rule will be invoked. It's up 10 runs after 4 innings. And Kevin Knowles, who just made that grab at first base, will lead off here for Connecticut.
Nice cut by Knowles.
Kentucky, their aggressive offense that we're going to continue to keep an eye on as there's timeout that's been called. We'll see what the situation here is.
They're switching wristbands.
It's a wristband situation.
Paisley Edge has moved to catcher behind the plate right now for Kentucky in place of Avery Emick. Jenna Ball is in left, Haley Warren at first, Brenly Bishop in center. And back scooping it is Avery O'Brien for out number 1. Yeah, Kentucky's offense has made the statement for this Kentucky team, outscoring opponents 26-1. We've had 2 offensive explosive teams in Florida who's been swinging the bats really well. They've outscored their opponents 29-0 through 2 games. And Curley is going to be lifted out of the circle for this Kentucky team. So they're going to let Evelyn Shellstrom come in and get a feel for what it's like to be in the circle here at the World Series. Because remember, they only used Curley yesterday and then started her again today. So Michaela Knight will take a seat. If this score holds, then this Kentucky team will get a break until Thursday when they play Puerto Rico at 5 p.m.
Pitching change for Central.
But I imagine trying to make sure that Shellstrom has a little bit of a feel for pitching on this stage.
Yeah, I actually said that to Michelle in between innings. I said, I'm surprised that Curley's running out there up by 15. Have another pitcher or 2 on your pitching staff. Why not give them some experience up by 15 just in case, get their feet wet in the circle. And they waited until they had 1 out to do it in the middle of the inning, which was an interesting choice, but I'm sure there was a reason for it.
Lucy Callett at the dish right now for Connecticut. And gets it out to the grass. More bat phone for Team Connecticut. And so Ava Lafergie, who is the pitcher who was injured back in the 2nd inning, is the one that should be batting right now. So when you take her out of the lineup, you should just skip her because she left the game due to injury and go straight to McKinley Whitlock. in Little League, everybody on your roster bats. So for Connecticut, that's 1 through 12. So you should just skip Lafergie because she left the game with an injury and go right to Whitlock. So just confirming with the score.
Now batting for New England, left fielder 50, McKinley Whitlock.
Again, Connecticut's got to bring 6 runs across to cut the Kentucky lead under 10 to keep this game going. Strike to Whitlock. Connecticut not done yet. It's back-to-back hits.
Showing a little bit of life here in this potential last inning.
17, the pitcher, Avery Collins.
Now Avery Collins up. Collins looks up to Paige Beckers. Not surprised, the team from Connecticut.
That's right.
One of UConn's greats. Now playing in the WNBA, of course. Avery also plays basketball and volleyball. Looking for 2. And Connecticut's going to score a run. Lucy Callett coming home. Smart on the base paths, paying attention.
Well, and that had double play written all over it. If this was a throw on target, it would be a double play. Emick now moved from back behind the plate to shortstop, and she has a cannon of an arm. You see how fast she transferred that and got rid of it. It just was not on the line. New position for her, just a different type of throw, but man, that had double play written all over it.
So now 2 down, and they're going to use a courtesy runner for the pitcher, Avery Collins.
Surprised I can see their paperwork. It's a little dark.
We have to have the lights on up here.
It would be a dark room next to us and then a bright room where we are on the other side of the wall.
So Whitlock, who was last recorded out, comes in to run for the pitcher. Mary Thompson at the plate. Double elimination tournament, so this not an elimination game, although it's Connecticut's first game of the tournament. Kentucky's trying to pick up its 2nd win in as many days. Connecticut had the bye yesterday. It was a long wait for these teams to finally take the field tonight. We ended up having to play 5 games today due to rain yesterday. So this one pushed to starting a little before 9 p.m. local time.
A couple of delays earlier today, too.
Yeah, it's not as bad as yesterday.
No, yesterday was.
This one hit back to Kjellstrom, and that is out number 3. Evelyn Kjellstrom coming in to close this game out for Kentucky. And it's the second win of the tournament from the kids from Owensboro. They take it 15-1 in a run rule win, back-to-back run rule wins for Team Kentucky.
Yeah, their offense showed up big. It started in that second inning, although they did score first in the first inning, but really broke it open in that second. Couple of quick numbers for Kentucky offensively.
Yeah, and just doing it in all aspects, all phases of the game. Curley was outstanding in the circle. The defense was good behind her. And, of course, the offense putting up all those runs. Pretty complete win for Kentucky.
Yeah, they have scored 26 runs in this tournament so far through 2 games. All right, we'll be back tomorrow with Elimination Day here at the Little League Softball World Series. We'll start things off at 10 a.m. Eastern with Washington and Texas. We'll take you all the way through all these 4 games on ESPN2 as these 8 teams battle for their season and their summer to continue here at the Little League Softball World Series in Greenville, North Carolina. Well, it's been a heck of a day. 5 games. We did it. We got them all in. Some great action at the Little League Softball World Series. Day 2 coming to a close with a run rule victory for Kentucky, 15-1 over Connecticut.